Yeah, good.
So topic is going to be vaccine and mask enforcement, and I guess the first point of discussion would be to what extent should vaccines be enforced in any business? I I think it should be enforced, up to you don't want to take away from someone's rights. Uh, so as long as you're not taking away from someone's constitutional rights, I think that would be the extent there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I yeah, up until rights, but also that a business, private business, they can kind of do what they want. They can
Mhm.
kind of go around some of your constitutional rights and actually say if you don't have it, you can't work here. Whether
Mhm.
you agree with it or not, they can, as a private, the way that we've set up how we can protect private companies, they can go around that constitutional right because of the right
Exactly.
given them.
Right. Right. So unless you're, in private land, a business's land, I guess you can't be enforced to wear a mask, right?
Right. It's basically like public settings, parks, stuff that the government like
Funds, kind of.
yeah, exactly. Like if your taxes pay for it, I don't think
Right. Right.
it's one of
Yeah.
those things. But to go along with that, I know that where I live in Eugene, and you can't go to a Ducks football game unless you are vaccinated, and that's a big point of contention. And I know that a couple professional stadiums are also doing it. If you're a season ticket holder, get the vaccine, you now can't go to any games.
Yeah, but they do have the right to do that, right? Just because it's their land,
Right. Oh,
private business.
it's their business, but also they're enforcing the players. Also, they're saying we're not going to pay you your salary unless you're vaccinated. I know that's a big issue in the NBA right now.
Oh wow,
Yeah,
yeah,
and that's one thing when these players they signed their contracts, there was nothing about getting
uh huh,
vaccinated at the time. That was never a
right,
clause, but now they're making these rules saying you have to get vaxxed or you can't play because the stadium has that rule. You know, which I
uh huh,
don't know. Like I agree, everybody should be vaccinated, but if you sign a contract before this pandemic and they're now saying in the stadium because you don't have the vaccine, I don't know if that's something that I agree with.
yeah. I mean, a player can choose to sit out, I guess, and if it violates what they believe in, they don't want to wear masks. I guess they could always sit out, but that could be detrimental to their career. So it's it's a really tough thing for them, I feel. So I don't know. I don't know how to feel about stadiums,
I know
enforcing it because some people that's how they make their living.
exactly. Their salaries. I mean, you look at Florida, which doesn't have the mandates, and their stadiums are packed. And then you look at other states that are enforcing it, and their stadiums are packed. I'm pretty sure that there has not been any difference in the data so far in
Mhm,
increased cases and everything.
mhm. Well, I guess that leads into the next topic.
Yeah,
Should mask wearers or vax people be treated different from those otherwise? So I guess being able to play basketball would be the incentive there for if you chose to get the vaccine. Because but then the contract comes in, so I feel like they're owed that money. So that's where things get twisted.
exactly. They're not paying them because the contract says you're getting this money to play, but you can't play in this stadium unless you're vaxxed. But the contract doesn't say anything about having to be vaccinated, kind of thing. It's this weird
Right.
loophole after loophole after loophole.
Right.
But I don't think that.
Um,
I mean, treated different as a person. I mean, I don't know that they should be. We're treating each other differently. I don't think you should treat someone who disagree with you but still treat you as a person.
Oh yeah, as a person, everyone's gonna get what they deserve, their rights. Um, uh, but in terms of like privileges, like for a place like a college campus, wearing a mask can get you, I don't know, like a free trial for uh, a book or something. I don't know. But, you're not treated differently as a person. You're just getting, an
Incentive.
extra, privilege.
Yeah, I know that at my job, vaccinated people are getting $50 a month bonus, whereas those who
Right,
don't have the vaccine don't get any.
right.
So like you're still working the same hours, getting the same all that stuff. You're just not getting the vaccine bonus.
Mhm.
So like they're not being treated differently. They're just not able to get the same things. I don't know.
Exactly. I think that's the key thing where you can't take away from someone,
And yeah, I mean, and it,
which is, like, tough for stadiums because 'cause you're literally taking away from their career. I mean, that's their job.
exactly. Yeah.
So,
And I mean,
uh
it's pretty tricky with the mandates now on stores enforcing them. You go state to state, and it's like I'm in Oregon, and you can't be inside a building without a mask. You go to Washington, and it's completely you don't have to wear a mask in like going to a restaurant or going into a Home Depot kind of thing.
Mhm.
And then you look at the hospitals, and they're over now. I think 85-90% unvaccinated, and so I know that I'm finding more vaccinated people are getting upset with having to wear a mask because they're like, why did I get 2 shots if I now have to go back to wearing a mask if I know I'm not going to get it?
Right.
So I think that's something that wasn't there last time. Is now you get people who are pro-vaxxers but anti-maskers.
Mhm. Which is strange, because uh, the vaccine still doesn't guarantee you, 100% safety. So, I think that's why you're still, required to wear a mask in some places,
Yeah, and
just
mostly
for.
those mask mandates are almost now to protect the anti-vaxxers because they're at the higher risk.
Mhm. Right.
So
And,
I know that for my like, well, my job we lost a mask and we got it back, and a lot of people were like, "Whoa, I got 2 shots, so I could walk around and like work without a mask." And then
Mhm.
some people aren't happy about it.
Oh, I know, I know. Trust me. I work at a restaurant too. I think you were a bartender, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Some people are unhappy about that. But, the next point I had was, let me find it really quick. Um, where'd it go? I'm sorry.
No worries.
Uh, so, should certain areas have no enforcement? Like, for example, I put hospitals over restaurants. Uh, I don't know exactly what I meant by that, so I'm gonna.
I mean, I kind of can talk. Like, I think hospitals 100%. You should like, without doubt, everybody should have a mask, and I there should be vaccinated. And
Right.
I think everybody should be vaccinated. When it comes to a restaurant, someone will come in without a mask, will be like, "Can you put a mask on?" And then they sit at the first table, which will be feet away, and take it off. So what really happened? If your distance to your destination with a mask is 20 feet and you're still as close to all those other people as you would have been without a mask, what was the point of the mask?
Yep.
But
So, uh, in terms of no enforcement, uh, I don't think any area should have no enforcement. I feel like there should be at least be something, like how we talked about those incentives.
mm-hmm,
I don't know, maybe a restaurant, you can giving out free samples if you have a mask on. If you're vaccinated, you can prove your vaccination. You can get a free sample of the food. Something like that.
right.
Right, but I think a hospital, you know, uh, I it should be required. but it comes back to the whether or not it's lawful term. So you know what I mean?
Yeah, if you can, I think. I mean, most people in like are wearing masks
Hmm.
anyway, just because everybody's sick in hospital mostly. So I
Exactly.
don't know that it changes much that happens in a hospital compared to now. And I know like a lot of places that are outside that have mask mandates. It's like one of those things. I think if you're inside, you should definitely have the mandate. I think maybe you can be a little more lenient if it's a large area outside, just because not confined into a like small indoor space, better circulation,
Mhm.
all that stuff.
Right. But I don't think you could ever force anyone to wear a mask in a hospital. Reason is because if someone gets an injury and they need to go to the ER, uh, are you going to refuse them service because they don't have their mask on? Well, you can't do
Right?
that. I
No,
don't
you
think you
can't.
can.
No,
So
there's no way you can.
yeah. So I don't think the hospital could ever truly have full enforcement.
Yeah, just based on their duties as a public servant to an extent, overrides these mandates that are put in place.
Right. All right. How much time we got?
Um, just hit 11 minutes.
What do you think?
I mean, hey, it was a 10-minute debate. You know,
Yep.
I think
Because that's the end of the outline.
I think we covered it well.
Okay.
Nice. Well, let me stop the video.
Easy.